Hey, what's up guys, it's Fatal. Welcome to the first episode of this unnamed project where I guide you guys to choose your parts for your own PC. Each episode will have a different budget. This episode has a pretty high budget of £1,000. Each episode I'll try and switch it up. Today I'm doing a Ryzen and Nvidia build. Next episode I might try to do an Intel. So we'll see in the future what I do. So for the first part I have here is the Ryzen 7 1700. This processor has 8 cores and 16 threads, and out of the box it comes at 3.7 GHz. For £255 you're getting a great CPU with a lot of power. On top of that it comes with a CPU cooler which has RGB, so it will match the theme, RGB build. So we can use the stock cooler, you can do overclocking with it. Maybe not going too excessive on overclocking, but should be able to do some. Anyway, for the next part here we have the MSI X370 Gaming Pro motherboard. For £115 you guys are getting RGB, fully programmable, 4 DDR4 RAM slots for M.2s. You have plenty of SATA ports for further upgradability for hard drives and SSDs. You guys can put 2 graphics cards in this, or you can put 1 graphics card or a capture device, for example the Elgato HD60 I think it's called. Other than that it's the X370, so it's better than the B350 motherboards. Yeah, so the next item on the list is RAM. This is RGB, so it's a G-Skill Trident Z, 16 gigabytes for £166. You're getting a really good deal. For about 8 gigabyte sticks now, they're about £110. So for 166 you're getting double that. Plus it's at 3200 megahertz. And for Ryzen chips, they love fast memory, and you'll see about 10 to 20 frames per second difference when playing games with faster memory, so that's always a bonus. Next, for storage I have a simple Western Digital 1TB hard drive for £38. It's all you need at the beginning. You can always add another hard drive when you run out of space. It's easy to add that in, but I'm also adding a SSD. I've chosen to go with the Drevo X1 240 gigabytes. It has fast read speed, fast write speed for £60, and SSD inside this build will make a big difference. Faster boot time, and you can put other applications on, like games, a couple of games, since it's only 240 gigabytes. But other than that, here we have the power supply. It's a Corsair 550 watt 80 plus bronze certified. £57 you guys are getting 550 watt. It's a semi-modular power supply, which means most of the cables are detached. This is helpful for when you're doing cable management, and plus if you're not using the wire then you'd have to plug it in, so it saves a lot of room once again when you're doing cable management. All the wires are black, so it won't make the build look ugly at the back, since cheaper power supplies come with cables that are red, white, yellow, and altogether just mix up to look really bad in the build. And since it's RGB, the case that I'm about to show you in a second is got a side panel tempered glass, so it's best not to go with a cheaper power supply where the wires are like a rubbish colour. But anyway guys, here is the graphics card, the GTX 1060 6GB AMP edition. You guys can choose any GTX 1060, but as long as you're going with a 6GB version you should get similar results when gaming or editing or whatever you want to do on this PC. So whatever's cheapest at the time, you should probably go with that. If you can, I would try and stay away from the mini, since once again that would not do as good as a 2-fan 1060 6GB. But finally guys, we have the case, which will pop up in a second. It is the BitPhoenix Enzo RGB gaming case. It has tempered glass side panel, RGB on the front, and RGB fan on the back. On the back of the case, or on the side of the case, sorry, you have about 3/4 of an inch to do cable management, plenty of space to add a full ATX board and whatever else you want to add in. All the RGB in this build is programmable, so you can do some cool effects and whatever you want to do. But let's see how this PC actually functions. So on Shadow of Mordor Ultra settings, you can get around 90 frames per second to about 110. That goes, I think the lowest this goes to is around 70 frames per second, so still it's a smooth experience. Battlefield 1 Ultra 84 frames per second on this screen. Once again, really smooth gameplay. Another game is GTA 5, 78 frames per second. It's pretty hard to see, but very high. It's smooth gameplay for any game that you play, any AAA title, whatever games you want to play. Star Wars Battlefront Ultra 99.5 frames per second on that screen, goes all the way up to about 135. I'll link in the description a video of how this PC actually works, so you can see these games actually working instead of just screenshots. The final game I'm going to show you is a pretty powerful game. It's Rise of the Tomb Raider. Very high, you're getting 83 frames per second. It's a very powerful game, quite hard to run. The price this PC comes to total is £1,016.91. So it's a little bit higher than budget, but it'll definitely be worth it. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Next episode will be in 2 weeks on Tuesday. Links for the parts will be in the description. Comment down below what budget you want me to cover in the future, and I'll try my best to do that. Thank you so much for watching.